In the spring of 2024, about a year ago, Americans watched in disbelief as Ivy League students, along with outside agitators, terrorized some of the most beautiful and storied university campuses in our entire country. It was disgusting. Gangs of Hamas-sympathizing idiots wearing keffiyehs, hiding their faces, terrified that daddy might lose his seven-figure job if they're identified while calling for the genocide of Jews. We saw this all over the place. And just as shocking as realizing our elite colleges have large subsections of students and staff who identify with a terror group that puts babies in ovens, was the fact that those leading our elite universities just let it go on seemingly forever. And nobody really cared too much. Nobody was really angry, at least at the top of the universities. Had Ivy League campuses been pulled so far to the left that it was politically impossible for the leadership to condemn people calling for Jews to be killed on campuses in the United States? That's what it seemed like. And when Ivy League presidents testified in front of Congress, we realized that the answer was yes.
At Penn, does calling for the genocide of Jews violate Penn's rules or code of conduct? Yes or no?
If the speech turns into conduct, it can be harassment, yes.
It's a context-dependent decision. That's your testimony today. Calling for the genocide of Jews is depending upon the context. Does calling for the genocide of Jews violate Harvard's rules of bullying and harassment? Yes or no?
It can be, depending on the context.
You don't believe From the River to the Sea is anti-Semitic?
We have already issued a statement to our community saying that language is hurtful and we would prefer not to hear it on our campus.
We had never seen anything like that. I mean, it was just unbelievable. It made Elise Stefanik a star in the Republican Party, and it showed us just how despicable these three are and how so many of the woke think in this country and just how distorted and twisted they are. It was really an election-changing moment as well. A lot of the reason a lot of people like Bill Ackman got behind Trump. The presidents of Columbia, Harvard, and UPenn were all shoved out very soon after that performance. That hearing woke a lot of Americans up to the cancer that was breeding inside of our universities and throughout our country. We're seeing just how ugly it has gotten on campuses surrendered long ago to the radical left. As the New York Times reported, most who were eventually arrested for what we saw last spring just came right back to campus, went right back to school. Oh, yeah, you want to kill all the Jews and you go to school here? Yeah, we're okay. We don't want to shake anything up too much. And because of that, and because of how they handled it last year, we shouldn't really be surprised that this chaos is starting again. Take a look at this. The idiots are back at Columbia University. There is only one solution, Intifada revolution, they sang this week. An entire group of people screaming the only solution is to murder more Jewish people on a college campus in New York City. Singing Intifada, we want war. Reports indicating many of the masked Hamas supporters are young white or Asian girls. 18, 19, 20-year-old Asian and white girls. Just completely drunk on radical anti-Semitic propaganda. And the irony is those paying the most for education, or let's say their parents paying the most for education, are often the most ignorant people in all of our society. Just because somebody goes to Harvard or Yale or Penn doesn't make them smart. A lot of these people are the stupidest people you've ever want to meet. Many pro-Hamasies are from very affluent families in the Northeast, as the New York Post reports right behind me. There are now pamphlets floating around Columbia University's campus claiming to be from Hamas media. They're making pamphlets claiming that they're from Hamas media. One saying the enemy will not see tomorrow. This is happening right in front of our faces. Pictures of terrorists on the pamphlets. Imagine seeing that at Columbia. And the campus again is doing virtually nothing. And the Trump administration is now working to correct their behavior, taking $400 million away from Columbia University just today. canceling grants and contracts totaling $400 million. That'll make a dent. Also today, Secretary of State Marco Rubio launching an AI-fueled catch and revoke effort to cancel the visas of foreign nationals who appear to support Hamas or other designated terror groups. So far, we can tell you one foreign student has already been kicked out of our country. We'd like to think many more will follow. The Trump White House taking on radical Islam in a very bold way. The message is clear: enough is enough. We've all sat here and watched Europe basically committing suicide by importing mass quantities of Islam into once very peaceful countries, peaceful and beautiful countries with beautiful cultures. Their culture, their quality of life is being decimated. Go to Paris, go to a major city in Germany, check it out for yourself. The president also with a very big statement toward Iran today, which of course is the head of the radical Islam snake. Take a listen.
There'll be some interesting days ahead. That's all I can tell you. You know, we're down to final strokes with Iran. We're down to the final moments. We're at final moments. You can't let them have a nuclear weapon. We have a situation with Iran that something's going to happen very soon. Hopefully we can have a peace deal. You know, I'm not speaking out of strength or weakness. I'm just saying I'd rather see a peace deal than the other. But the other will solve the problem.
The other will solve the problem of who's funding all the terror in the Middle East. Iran has two options: bleed out financially, which is what we did last time Trump was in the White House, cutting it all off, sanctions, everything, or get your head together, come to the table, stop funding terrorism, stop building nuclear weapons, and beg for mercy. Those are the options. Bad news for Iran. Biden is gone, and American foreign policy is once again intelligent. You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt tonight on Newsmax.